Dr. Lena Rodriguez here. Hello, coming to you with your reading on February. Now, before I get into that, Tucker Carlson. Apparently, he has been on his program saying that America should support Russia, or at least that's how his viewers are interpreting it. And to the extent that, I can't believe this, his program is played daily on state TV in Russia. So I've got my Russian cards out. We're going to have a look. Tucker Carlson. I mean, really? Should spell his name with an F. I mean, how can this be? I hope the CIA is having a look, or someone, you know. For those of you who are old enough to remember the aftermath of the Second World War and stuff, and the famous spies, remember there was Mata Hari and Lord Haw Haw and these famous spies. He's performing that function for Russia. So how deep is he? Why? Okay, Tucker with an F. Let's look. All right. Now, the first card I pulled here with the root of the issue, I love these cards. Oops, sorry, I've got you balanced on a few knitting books. Okay, he is, I think, a bit of a lush behind the scenes, in the sense he's not, I don't think, a party animal quite like this card implies, but he was born into an extremely wealthy family. You guys would all know what business that was. I don't know, but he was a baby millionaire and beyond, seriously. So I think he was bored. He doesn't even have to work, but does because it gets him out of the house, you know. And then he got bored with it, I think, because he is talking to an audience that, let's face it, is quite dreary, and it's fine to have people watch you. But this is the overriding feeling I get with this card. He was just looking for something different to do. Now, unfortunately for him, he is now locked into this with Russia. He can't get out if he wants to, right? He's in there. In the center of the card, the world is very perplexed by this. Why are Americans tolerating this on Fox? Everywhere in the world is offended by Fox. And I'll remind viewers that in the UK, they can't even call it Fox News because it's not news, it's an opinion program, and it's just called Fox. So this is the world going, free speech is one thing, but this is another. This is state TV Moscow. Now the cups, this is the Knight of Cups, the false knight in traditional tarot. But in this, it's the weeping woman. Is Tucker married? Is there some very lucky woman who's Mrs. Tucker Carlson? I don't think she's that happy, because I suspect she grew up as an American and she doesn't know why he's doing this, and he won't tell her. So he just sort of fobs it off because he's not accountable. He's not used to being accountable because he's so wealthy. This is him. He's actually bitten off more than he can chew, and he fantasizes about getting out, and even getting out from Fox. And he might, but he can't get out from under with this. Now, there's no Pentacles cards here. So although I'm sure, I'm not sure, I can't say that, YouTube entertainment only, it would be fairly obvious that money has changed hands, but there are no Pentacles cards in this. And that's the other reason. I think he did it for his own selfish reasons as opposed to money. So he might be getting some backhanders now, but he didn't do it for the money. And I can't remember the last time I said that sentence. Everything that has brought the nation to its knees has been done because of people chasing the dollar, the worship of the almighty dollar. So, well, that's Tucker, Cossack Carlson. And now, February. I'm hoping it's going to be a blockbuster because these things are starting to kick in now, aren't they? One after the other. Oh, I'll put up the link. A viewer sent me, thank you very much. And it's a list of the court cases that the Yeti has coming up, the dates, all these different court cases start. And it's not even all of them, right? It's not every single one. It's just big ones. And I want to remind you, it's only now, and I think it's February 17th, the Washington District Court is looking at the inaugural committee and the missing funds. See, this is day one of the presidency, and we're just seeing the legal repercussions now. This is the slow wheels of justice. But I think we're in for a very juicy February. And so now the Yeti's lawyers have to get lawyers. Yeah, I'm just so pleased. Okay. We should all be given honorary law degrees after this. I really think so. Okay, so concentrate, Lena. February. February, what's going to happen in February? What's going to happen in February? What's going to happen in February? Just flashed on Katie Porter. I'm sure intrepid viewers, you're all familiar with who she is. She's wonderful, single mother, was working 2 jobs, knows what it's like to stretch an inadequate pay to feed your kids and all of that. And she's the one who comes out with the whiteboard, and she makes these guys afraid, very afraid, once she turns up with the whiteboard. I'm thinking they should pull her out to appeal to middle America, the swing voters, very soon. Let her get momentum. So something Katie Porter or one of her wonderful presentations will go even more viral than it has, or lead to something, but I must read on her soon. Anyway, I digress. February, here we go. Let me pull you down. Okay, so we'll do it by the week. Oh, the card's upside down. What's on the bottom? The Magician. So I'm not reading that as a reverse card. I had my whole pack upside down. Week 1. All right, week 2. I'll hold them up so you can see them properly. Week 3. Oh, week 3. Oh! We'll remember week 3 in February for quite some time. I'll just say that right now. All righty. So let's go through, starting with week 1 for obvious reasons. The King of Pentacles. Okay, money, money, money. I'm looking at the other cards for week 1. I think this is about where the King of Pentacles got his money. It's got a vibe about it. This guy has castles, jewels, money, power, influence, etc., but is insatiable. Okay, who does that remind you of? Yeah, right. Okay, so it kicks off with the Yeti being very nostalgic. Sorry that it turned up to be about him, but I don't think for 1 minute this is about Biden. He's nostalgic. Back in the days when he wasn't being threatened with jail on 16 fronts. Yeah, those days, you know, back when I could just go and cheat at golf and everything was really great. You know, but I've still got my people. I've still got my people. At least I think I do. All right. Oh, another digression, viewers. Republicans in different places are starting to turn on each other. And so in Orange County this week, these Yeti supporters have had these T-shirts made, Rhino Hunter, meaning if you don't believe the big steel, we're out to get you. Okay, there's absolute knuckle draggers, and other GOP people reported them to the police. I couldn't be happier. Okay, so these are the people who are still on board, and that's at ground level. And it's also those who are going to be ducking subpoenas, pleading the fifth, and all that nonsense. These are the ones who are still with him. But very rapid changes are coming in. By the end of week 1 of February, suddenly things are going to go whoosh. Incoming, duck, you better duck. So that's all about the Yeti. Now, I'm trying to make this more national, but that's just how the cards were. Week 2 of February, I think this is Ukraine, etc. Right. Now, I did a reading with Celtic Sheila, and so I talked quite a lot there about what I think was going on with Russia and Ukraine, if you want to track that down. I also, both of us read on the marriage of Clarence Thomas and Ginny. I deal with filthy people all the time, have been for the last 4 years. The energy of them together in their marriage was some of the most disturbing stuff I've experienced. I'm just saying. Now, this is the ruthless guy. This is people walking away from the ruthless guy. Now, why is Putin piling up troops and hardware on the border? Well, he's got a few things going on, obviously, that we all know. He's trying to shore up popularity in Russia for himself because people haven't got enough work. They're badly paid. Things are volatile. So it's always good to have a war because traditionally that's always worked. It's good because it frustrates the West. He loves doing that. And thanks to the Yeti and other parties, that alliance with NATO is very rocky. So he's got his reasons for being there. But the vibe I get with this card, I don't think we're going to see the tanks rolling into Kiev. I hope I'm right about that. I really don't think so. I think he's more likely to send them off to another more obscure area of Ukraine and occupy that. And when the West gets distracted with the next drama, he can put his feelers out and make inroads. Back door. A war through the back door. Ooh, yuck. Back to America, this vibe to me is be careful with your money, hold on to your money, okay, and make it go as far as possible. Now, the world is going to experience inflation, nothing to do with whatever Biden does or doesn't do or what the Fed doesn't do. It can't be helped. Why? Because everywhere we've had the lowest interest rates ever, even zero interest rates. Now they're going to have to put interest on loans. There's going to be inflation. Duh. And the Dems should be on the front foot, you know, explaining that. But the point is, hold on to your money and be careful with your assets and really rethink because it's not just about money, it's about your resources and what makes you feel secure. So we have to rethink what is security, what makes us feel personally safe. Okay, still in the second week of February, King of Swords. Oh, either a new legal case or a significant development in an existing legal case coming forward. Right, so we still haven't got to the 17th, which is that particular one in the inaugurals. So this could be something about the fraudulent electors. That case, they really shot themselves in the foot and possibly in the head with that case, right? Because it's so easy to prove it was a massive paper fraud, complete with fraudulent seals. I think it's about that, but there are so many. It could be another half a dozen things, but that's my feel. End of the second week, we have this, I think we're going to have some news about the pandemic. This is my COVID card in recent times for obvious reasons. Everyone's hermiting, or at least everyone who's sensible, leaves a lot of people out and about. Okay, so with the hermit, showing light on something that's been hidden. Now it is directly under this card, so it could well refer to another revelation. We'll have to be absolutely shockproof. But I think it might be news. So it might be news of a breakthrough treatment or another level of socially opening up or something related to the pandemic. And then we come to week 3. Female judge or magistrate. I'm leaning towards Letitia James for obvious reasons, but she's not alone. There are other women judges who are active in these cases, but this is indicating either a ruling or something coming down. It's not just that the case is there. There's going to be some huge thing to kick off week 3. It's going to cause disturbance and hysteria to some extent. Let's hope that's within MAGA world. We've had enough. We're exhausted. And I don't even live there. Okay, so there's going to be this manic defense. Once this comes out, oh, this could be something to do with those who are refusing subpoenas or something. Someone could order them to appear or something like that. There's going to be this manic, impulsive, self-destructive defense of their position. But she's going to stand her ground, leaving them crying at night. Now, most tarot cards are meant to be seen, well, all of them really are meant to be seen symbolically. But this card, I think, is going to be quite literal, because these new, these dozens of subpoenas that have been issued, people are used to being told, don't worry about it, just don't turn up, make them chase you, whatever. I think it's going to be the first time for possibly 9 people where they realise we're not getting away with this. This could be oath keeper stuff. I mean, there's so many court cases, one can't really keep track. But trust me, week 3 is going to be another league, culminating in the Tower. Now, you don't have to be a tarot reader to get the gist. So with the Tower, it's catastrophic things that happen all at the same time. That's what makes it so destructive. And the Tower, one is tempted to think of Trump Tower. The Tower was built on unstable ground, plus it was a lightning rod for other things that are happening. And this is literally the perfect storm culminating in the Tower. Now, from here, week 4, I'm really interested in this. It seems like a humble card after something as spectacular as the Tower. the Eight of Cups, choosing to move away from where you've been. I don't know if you can see on this crappy camera, but the crown's blown off. All right. And then the very next week, people are walking away. So I'm optimistic there'll be another shedding. It's layers of an onion. You know, this shedding. It's not to say there aren't still tens of millions of mad people who have been radicalized during the Yeti's reign, but this is people walking away from it after whatever is revealed in week 3. They're going to realize, they're going to have a bit of a gulp moment that they were a bit naive, like totally stupid, to have been sucked in the first place. I'm wondering, I just got a flash. You know how Steve Bannon opened that fund to build the wall, rebuild the wall, and then he ran off with the money, which is why he was in jail before he was pardoned. It's something like that, I think. It's something like that they're going to realise. Now, at that point, this is the end of February now, the Hierophant is kicking in big time. So this is a major arcana card. This is important. So this is not only law and order, not only organised religion, it's the very systems of government are going to be rocked by these revelations, and it's going to take them the best part of a week to digest it. And at this point, I think we're going to see more momentum with other legal cases. Now, it finishes, strangely, 4 of Wands, often the wedding card. But here's the thing. 4s are strong foundations. Houses are built conventionally with 4 walls. I always like a round house myself, but that's not the story. Okay, so it's like the foundation of law will be upheld here, and there'll be reason to celebrate at the end of week 4 for some major part of the system that holds up. It could even be revelations from the Mueller report. And I'm going to get back to that in the next few readings, because we had such high hopes for the Mueller report, and then it was aborted by Bill Barr. But you know what? All the work had been done. Those hundreds of people he had working for him. So it could be these revelations are coming out from back then, just like the inaugural committee. And you know what else with the inaugural committee? Who was in charge? That'd be Ivanka. So what's going to happen with Ivanka is really interesting. She was a senior player in the inaugurals. She was a senior player in the filthy, fetid organisation that was Trump.org. She was the face of it so often. She was the one that ran the crooked brochures in Panama saying, you know, last condominium available when they hadn't sold any, and all those usual pyramid scams, plus senior advisor to the, so things are coming back. Ivanka. Meanwhile, her brother, you'd have to think, is on the brink of being compulsorily taken away. I'll be kind and stop there. Has anyone seen recent footage of Don Jr.? Because you're looking at a raving lunatic. You know. So I think there's going to be big things, chaotic things, confronting things, yes, but huge breakthroughs. And we'll go through them together. I know, just yesterday, I think, I did a collab with Lady G. That's Ganga, G-A-N-G-A, if you want to check that out. But the one I did with Sheila too is up now. So both of those are available for you. So you take care, and we'll catch up soon. Love you. Love.